A buyer is 73% more likely to purchase from a listing with a video than from one without. The power of video is just like that, guys, and that's the topic we're here to talk about on Steel Pushers. Welcome back.
Yes, another couple of weeks has flown by, Lyndon, and here we are again with such a great topic of why we should be doing video for machinery.
Yeah, that's right. The power of video really is exactly that. It's powerful. Guys, remember we are live as well, so leave those comments, throw us those questions. We want you to do that. We'd love to hear the feedback. We'll get back to as many as we can. And we do have the Steel Pushers prize pack on offer for the questions that we do read out live as well. So guys, make sure that you do get through those questions to us, as many as you can.
Yeah, I'm Steve Krebs, the co-founder of Machines for You.
And I'm Lyndon Smith. I'm the Digital Performance Manager for Queensland. And guys, this is a topic we feel so passionate about. This is something that I can't drill into the guys that I look after out there pushing steel enough.
Yeah, well, they say, when we used to use words and then we went to pictures, pictures worth 1,000 words. Well, what's video?
Well, mate, a video can be worth $1 million. You sell that $500,000 $1 million machine, video's going to help you do that. So
exactly, and we're 13 years down the track, we've got the stats to back that up. That adverts on our site with video just give such better conversion. It leads into better buyer engagement for the user who's actually on that advert. Of course, they get to hear the machine, Lyndon.
Yeah, that's right.
So it just aids in such a better conversion with video.
Yeah, that's right, guys. That's bringing us to our first topic. So what we're doing, what video has the power to do, is to bring your machine to life.
Yeah, that's a really interesting one because quite often we're buying used machinery or we're trading it in, and the machine's out working. That's where we've got to build a part of business process that we actually take the video, get really good content while the machine's still operating.
Yeah, you got to look at it like this, guys. The blokes that you're selling to, the blokes and the ladies out there that you're all pushing steel to, they've worked with this machinery for decades. They know almost in an instant once an engine starts if something's wrong, if the hydraulics are poor, if the gears are grinding. There's a number of things just from sound alone they can pick up with the machine.
Yeah, you've got to take it from a lump of steel. Once we break that machine down and we put it in the corner of our showroom, it is just that. It's a lump of steel.
Yeah.
So we've really got to show the buyer that this machine operates. Show them the software working. Show them the samples of what comes out of the machine. You're going to get more money for that machine if you can show it operating and the buyer can actually hear that machine. He feels more confident.
Yeah, exactly right. And it helps to develop that emotional connection to the machine as well. A good analogy I can use, guys, is if anyone out there might be a fan of V8s, I know I am, how much difference does it make when you hear that engine roar?
Oh, that excites me. When you're watching it on TV, you see these V8s flying past, but when you go to somewhere like Bathurst and these things are just jumping down the hill and it's like loud, it gets you emotionally attached to the beast, doesn't it?
That's exactly right. I know it's exactly what happened when I bought mine. I mean, you've got more experience buying cars than me. I mean, what does the car salesman do?
Well, number one thing for a car salesman is to find out, what car you're interested in, what's good for your family or what's good for you. If you're not in a family, is it the big V8 you need? Is it the good, good looking wheels and what have you? But from there is what he's going to do. He wants to give you a test ride. He wants to get you behind the wheel. I had an experience the other day where I went to a car salesman and he's like, it was 10 o'clock in the morning, had the family with me.
Yep.
He's like, mate, we close at 5 o'clock, bring it back as long as you're back by 10 to 5, no problem. I'm like, really? For the whole day? And he knew once I got behind that, the wheel of the car and I came back and I was smiling, far greater chance of selling them the car,
Yeah, exactly right. Video creates an emotional connection, or helps to create an emotional connection, and creates it creates energy in the sale. By creating energy in the sale as well, it helps to shorten that sales cycle.
Yeah, well, capital equipment, most of these guys don't just wake up in the morning and go, I'm going to buy a machine today.
No.
You know, it's been in the planning for a while. They've got something that's not working as well. And they're just like, yeah, rightio. You know, we've got to go through this buying cycle of 120 days on average. Yeah, it goes out longer than that for a lot of people. But it's just going to help you shorten the sales cycle because you're going to have a better educated buyer.
Right. Look, again, guys, it just makes sure that from developing that everything that you need, everything that you really want to make sure you're getting across to that customer can be done in a much shorter space of time. And that's where we start to really talk about leveraging your time.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because, you know, I've gone out with so many of our account managers, you know, and you talk to companies about video and they understand the why, but then all of a sudden they're like, oh, it's going to take extra time. Well, if we think about it, if they actually create that video and it takes them half an hour, Lyndon,
Yeah.
what if 100 people watch that video over the next 12 months? That's very leveraged in time because what if we had to go and do those 100 demonstrations one by one?
Yeah.
Imagine how much time it's going to be then.
Well, you're spot on. I know how much time it takes me to speak to one person one-on-one. So, guys, if you're able to get one sales pitch in front of 100 people by using and taking the time to do a half an hour video,
Yeah.
that's a hell of a lot more efficient than doing one 5-minute sales pitch to 300 people.
Exactly. So, who should we put in front of the video?
Oh, your best salesperson.
What if they leave?
Oh, you could do it, I guess.
You leave the video there. They can keep
Oh, you're going
selling
to keep
for you.
using it. Right. Right. That's okay.
Yeah.
I see how it is. Right.
Yeah. No, it is. You use your best salesperson because the buyer wants to connect to, you know, to you, to your salespeople. They want to connect to your company. They want to understand that you guys know what you're talking about, and you all do. You've been selling, you know, machinery for years, but it's up to you guys to put your best salesman in front of that machine, and the buyer will feel confident with you.
Yeah, exactly right. What that's doing, guys, is it's helping also to build trust. You know, by doing this, you're actually making sure that you're putting your best foot forward every time. By doing so, you're also making sure that you're maximising the talent of the sales staff, the time of your sales staff as well. You're making sure that one perfect pitch reaches as many people as possible, but without just draining all of your resources and time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we had an example of it because we went and made this big academy, you know, 12 weeks and 12 weeks of training. You know, and we put that out to our machinery dealers, and we got a new guy on board who had never advertised in a marketplace before. And so we gave him the academy, we gave him the video of how to make video. The guy just took it on board and got his best salesperson in front of the small excavator, did a great video. That's working for him for the rest of the year. He's already picking up great leads because he's set his content up so well. How many websites do we go into, these steel pushers around the country, and they don't have videos?
Oh, it's huge, and this is the biggest thing with video is you cannot just leverage the amount of time that it saves you. What it does is it enables you to actually get as much information as possible to as many sources as possible. So you can get it, you can put that video absolutely anywhere. That's how powerful this is. Yeah, and we do, as Steve just said, so many of those websites out there, even guys, you know, you're talking companies worth billions of dollars, still don't have video on their website.
Yeah.
It's a hugely powerful tool.
And remember, when you're parking them on YouTube, YouTube's the second largest search directory in the world behind Google. Google owns YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of video that's getting created on YouTube, but it's going to be beneficial to you because, you know, sometimes in the search results, they'll obviously show videos. And if you've got yours parked on YouTube, they're linking to your website, they're linking to a marketplace, into all the marketplaces that you're actually on. It's going to be beneficial to your Google rankings.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to help your SEO. You're going to get a lot of benefit out of it just from having the content online at all times.
Yeah.
So, and this brings us to the next up. A lot of guys out there that are looking and even thinking about doing it often ends up in the too hard basket. So one thing we can't stress enough is keeping it short and simple, guys. So making sure that you don't overthink it.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because, we get so often we, talk about video again and they're like, right, we got to do that for our company. Okay, so we've got to go and contact a video company or Channel 9 or Channel 7 and get their video crew to come in and do it. It's not like that anymore.
No.
It's really not.
When it's product specific, guys, the video doesn't need to be more than 2 minutes in length.
Yeah.
90 seconds to 2 minutes is a perfectly acceptable length. You can even stretch that a bit further, go into your 5-minute mark. I mean, there's even some videos on our sort that are between 7 and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's all about getting the information across that you need to get across. But don't overthink it. You don't need a film crew.
What do you need?
You need one of these.
Yes.
That's it. The cameras on mobile devices these days are insanely good. The video quality that you can get is huge.
The other thing you can add to a phone is just one of those stabilizers, and they're $200 or $300 on eBay. Just to take out the shake.
Yep.
I know you've used used one with a lot of your customers, and they've gone out and bought one of them. They added it to just grabbing the phone, grabbing the stabilizer, going out and shooting the video.
Yeah, that's right. Guys, those gimbals are a fantastic tool to have. So if you can get one, get one. But you don't need it. Don't stress. It's all about making sure that you're getting the right content in the video, you're answering the right questions, you're getting the right information across to those buyers. Keep an eye on what other dealers are doing when they're doing it successfly.
Yeah.
And
Remember back
them.
at school?
Yeah.
When we had to have the sneaky little look in the test and it was called cheating. In business, when someone's doing something really well, copy them.
Yeah, that's right.
Copy the people who are doing successful videos. Look around, look in other industries. If you're in the construction industry, check the metalworking industry. These guys have been doing videos for 8 or 9 years. They're miles ahead. Like a lot of the farming machinery dealers, steel pushers out there. You've been doing it for a few years, but some of the other industries have been doing this for years. So just look around, find someone who's doing it well, and just copy them.
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah.
And when you're focusing on product videos, the beauty is you can use a content checklist. So one thing you can actually do is we've got one that's available to our dealers as well.
Yeah.
Guys, it's a simple fact sheet or a checkbox sheet where you can tick off the amount of photos that you need. You can tick off the fact that you've done a video walking around the machine in a 360. But one thing I will definitely suggest, if you're not afraid of doing, is getting in front of the camera as well. There's no harm in doing that, but ensure that you have all the content you need, and the easiest way to do that is use a content checklist and put it as part of your business process.
That's it. That's exactly it. If it's not part of business process, of course that machine's going to come back in after you trade it and everyone's going to look at each other going, we didn't get a video. Uh-oh. And then it's like,
panic stations.
How do we show the buyer now? So you got to build a part of business process, and you got to train your guys. Don't just put the responsibility onto one person. Have 2 or 3 that are trained up really well, because quite often with used machinery, as we talked about in the last show, the machine's still out working.
Yeah.
So if you can train your sales guys to do it, put a box of beer in place for the month for the one who creates the best video. I'm sure they'll get out and get on their phones and create it then.
That's exactly
Lyndon.
right. Guys, we'll be right back. We'll have some great content for you shortly. Taking a quick break. See you soon.
See you sure. Our sales guys go out and see a lot of customers, and a lot of the businesses wanted to do email marketing because they knew it would be good for their business. They weren't doing it because they were really time poor. In just 60 seconds, you can choose your list, choose your machines, and click send. It's that simple.
Your sales team can use Machine Mail to leverage their customer databases, creating on-brand emails that go out to their clients in a matter of minutes, producing instant sales leads for your company.
There's a lot of our customers out there who are sending emails who have had to learn along as they go, and they've learned the hard way. Sometimes it's losing some of their database. Sometimes it's getting blacklisted because they've been sending the wrong information at the wrong times.
The Machine Mail system handles all of the unsubscribes from your database to make sure your company complies with email marketing regulations.
Email marketing, it can be a bit of a minefield. There is so many different boxes that you need to tick and get right.
Another great feature of Machine Mail is it lets you schedule emails up to 2 weeks in advance, so you can organise your email marketing well ahead of time. The heart of any good e-marketing software is the client email lists. We've made it simple and easy to manage your lists and segment them by location, by brand, by customer type, so you can get the right equipment to the right clients at the right time. The other half of email marketing is interpreting the stats and reporting. So we make sure for every email you send through Machine Mail, you get 2 stats reports. They'll show you how many clients you sent the email to, who unsubscribed, who bounced, who opened it, but most importantly, which customers clicked on which machine of interest. And that's what you need to know. To leverage your marketing team and get more out of your sales team than you ever thought possible, speak to one of our account managers now about Machine Mail or visit machinemail.com.au.
Welcome back, everyone. Remember, leave those comments and shoot through the questions as well. We are live. We will get to them. Guys, so remember to get those through. Also, we do have the podcast, so do remember that after we finish here with the live stream and the actual video, you'll be able to go and catch up with the podcast as well. We'll have a bit of additional information for you also. Guys, so we're moving on to the next topic, which is know your audience.
Yes, and everyone around my office hears it regularly. You've got to have a Gavin.
Yeah, you need to know who Gavin is. Yeah. Guys, who is your exemplar? Who is your perfect customer? Find out who Gavin the perfect customer is. That's an absolutely crucial part of making sure that you're using your video well.
Yes, and then, you're probably all thinking out there, well, who is my Gavin, Who your Gavin is the last 10 machines you sold in that category. Imagine we sell tractors and there's a special tractor that works for vineyards. Write the ads for that person. Define what was the questions they asked you. What was the last 10 sales we sold in that category? Okay?
Yeah, that's right, guys. If you know for a fact that over the last 10 machinery sales that you had, it's fit a particular type of buyer, that it enables you to shoot video of that particular product that speaks to those buyers. It helps, again, like we mentioned earlier, to develop that emotional connection, to develop the energy in that sale, because now you're speaking directly to them and it makes it feel like they're connected to yourself and to the machine already.
Yeah, well, imagine from their end, they're on the other end going, I'm like them.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
I'm one of those.
Nodding at the computer.
I'm a buyer like that.
Yeah,
that's what I need.
Yeah.
So when they do that, that's just going to shorten the sales cycle again, what we talked about before the break.
Yeah, the next thing, guys, is remember, what was their reason for purchase? Find out. Why did they purchase that machine? Whether it was to fill a specific need, whether it was to upgrade because they're growing, whether it was to replace something that was broken. Find out why they purchased and look for that common denominator from your last 10 buyers. And then lastly, Steve, the 3 to 5 main questions that these guys get asked, and you guys out there pushing steel every time you sell that particular tractor.
Exactly. There is certain questions that, it doesn't matter if we have 100 buyers, they're all going to ask those 5 questions.
Yeah.
So answer them before they're going to actually ask you. Because imagine these guys, tonight, 7 to 10 tonight, busiest time on the site.
Yep.
Imagine they are in there and you've already answered their questions, or on the weekend, on Saturday, Sunday, they're like, man, this company understands me.
Yeah.
The machine's the right one for me, and of course, they are only going to put through 3.2 inquiries on average. So are you in the 3 or did you miss out? This is the way you can get in the 3, on average, you get in the 3 so that you can actually sell your machine to them.
Yeah, guys, just make sure that those 3 to 5 main questions that you're answering, you're doing that in the video content, because if you answer those common questions before the buyer even needs to pick up a phone, send an email, or come into your showroom, half the job is done. It's what we're talking about with shortening that sales cycle. This is why video has that ability, because you have that power to answer a buyer's queries before they even need to make contact. And if they're getting that directly from the horse's mouth, it makes it a hell of a lot easier to get that machine sold.
Well, it can be the difference between them getting the lead or not.
That's right. And a better educated buyer generates better quality leads. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, we see it on the sales funnels. You know, when we look into some customers, you know, the leads that they've got because of their buyer engagement being so high from video.
Yeah, that's right. Guys, you'll probably be able to see it on the screen. What I'm showing you here is a comparison both in metalworking, can't tell you who, I wouldn't do that to anyone, but they are both in metalworking. What you're seeing here is a comparison between an account that has good video content and one with no video content. So we'll quickly zoom in and I'll show you. So you can see here that 74.9% of this member's buyer engagement is all video.
Yeah, so that's you know, that obviously that's got map views in there. Map views is a really high clicked on thing because they want to know where you are. That's you know, PDF brochures. That's, you know, going through the showroom to see what else you've got. But you know, most of the people in these sites and probably in your own website are blokes. We will watch a video far earlier than we'll read something. Yeah. At 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, we're too tired. It's so easy just to push play like we do in Facebook, like we do in YouTube. It's way easier for the consumer to consume your information.
Yeah, business is not 9 to 5, Monday to Friday anymore. When they're at home, they've had dinner, they've put the kids to bed, you guys, they're sitting on the couch and the first thing they do is pick up that mobile device of theirs and start scrolling through. They might have had a machine broke down earlier that day. They might need to upgrade and they start looking and they do this in their own time. So be really aware of that fact. And just to show you an example by comparison, so there's no video content at all, no buyer engagement by video for this member. And then you can see the result of what that actually does to their sales funnel. Now you can see there over the course of a 12-month period, 557 leads, but his engagement is almost 10% of everyone that clicks. So you can see there an advert detail view, that's somebody clicking on one of his ads. Then nearly a tenth of them are actually engaging with that ad. They're spending time on the listing, they're watching those videos. By comparison, someone with no video content, very little engagement with the listings. They're coming in, they're clicking, they're having a quick look, and off they go.
So where are they while they're on your video?
Oh. Where are they?
Or where are they not?
Yeah, exactly. They're not on your competition. They're not looking at your competition's photos. They're not looking at your competition's ads. They're watching your video. And that's so strong. Don't ever underestimate the power of having somebody's attention drawn for an extended period of time. Even though like I said, you'll be answering those 3 to 5 questions. You'll be building trust by putting faces in front of the camera as well, which is, again, something I highly recommend everybody does. You might not be comfortable with it at first, but have a couple of goes, you'll get there. And it just makes sure that they're not spending time viewing your competition's content.
And then think about, you know, how many machinery dealers out there are spending money on, you know, Google AdWords. And we hear it all the time, you know, it might be 2, it might be 3, it might be $5,000 worth a month, you know, that's big money. You want to be looking at your bounce rates, because the bounce rates, a lot of people we look into are up over 70% in bounce rates from AdWords. And part of the reason is because they don't have the content when the user actually goes into those adverts on your site. So if you've got a video, your conversion's going to go up, the money you're spending in your AdWords, the money you're spending elsewhere in your digital marketing is going to improve, Lyndon.
Yeah, exactly right, guys. And video just supercharges your buyer engagement. Video gives you that opportunity to be able to introduce yourself to the buyer. So as I've mentioned before, by stepping in front of the camera, or having your salespeople in front of the camera, you have an opportunity here to connect with the buyer at a level that builds trust before they even walk in the door.
Yeah, give yourself a chance to improve too. Remember day one, you're not going to be that good. I mean, you know, we jumped in front of the camera for doing these, and you've got to give yourself a break. You've got to give yourself 3 to 6 months to really just get comfortable with it. Remember when you learned golf or you learned a new sport, you weren't just crash on day one. So give yourself the opportunity to improve and embrace it, because if you think of the next 10 years, 20 years, where is digital marketing going? Where is selling machinery in these next 20 years going? Is it going to virtual reality? Is that where it's going? You know, these buyers don't actually leave their couch. They watch a video or they watch virtual reality. So if we're not gearing up to do it now, you're really missing the boat. You're getting behind. Your competition has got one up on you. If you're not creating video in this day and age, really, how serious are you about selling machinery? Because it is the mode of communication.
Yeah, that's right. And this is why we say buyer engagement is so crucial, because this means that they're developing that connection, not just with the product, not just with the machine that you're pushing, but with you as the seller, you guys pushing the steel, the company itself. You're building trust with that potential buyer straight away, as soon as they start looking at the video content that you're pumping out. And remember, guys, as well, this is something that we really can help with, really supercharging and boosting that buyer engagement. I've heard you talk about it a number of times, Steve, is that golden hour.
Yeah, like play with the times that you're actually shooting. You know, all these crash op video people out there, they talk about this golden hour. So it's early in the morning, you know, the sun's just come up. You can make your machines look really nice. I mean, our marketing guys had us down the beach one morning, you know, just when the sun was coming up, and the images and the videos that they got were just amazing. So it's early in the morning, late in the afternoon. And then the other thing you got to consider is, where are we shooting? You know, where are we constantly doing this? Tidy up an area, have a part of your showroom, or tidy up an area outside, paint it if you need to. Put your logo in the background, really set yourself up for success here.
Yeah, maximize the potential of the space that you're actually getting those video shots in. Even if it is just out the front of the showroom. If you've got a spot that's just a little bit cleaner, a great spot, or even if you're at a trade show or anything like that as well, is a really good opportunity to get your video content on machines. Because I mean, think of how good you make them look when you've got them parked at your trade shows.
They're all polished up, they're all sitting there, you know, all your buyers haven't come in yet because you're on the other side of the field day.
Yeah, that's right.
Just get the video then. You know, your sales guys are all standing around having a coffee, you know, talking to each other, saying how great they are and how many machines they're going to sell. You might as well chuck them in front of a machine and get them working for you.
Exactly right. You're already there. Why wouldn't you do it? So, guys, make sure that you do, like, all these little tips that we're giving you are designed to do one major thing with all of your listings, and that's to boost your buyer engagement, to boost the connection your buyers have with that product, to shorten that sales cycle. That's what it's all about. So making sure that you do take advantage of even little tips like the golden hour, and one I like, overcast days, perfect for photos, perfect for video, because the light doesn't change. Really
yeah, and everyone's thinking, oh, the sun's not out, we shouldn't do our videos today. No, that's a good day to do it.
So guys, summarising up, the main thing to remember from these, from our tips to you guys on video today, is use those videos to bring your machines to life. Don't let them sit in the corner first. Get in there.
Take it from a lump of steel, you know, bring it to life, let someone watch it, and, you know, using their senses, their auditory, bring the hearing into it. They're going to know if your machine's good. Greater chance they jump on the plane and come and see it.
Yep.
If you know, they've got to see that machine operating.
Exactly right. And video, remember, it saves you time. Don't look at it as something that is taking time out of your already busy day. This can help you to leverage and maximize the profit you get from your time. One pitch can reach 100 buyers. Put that video everywhere.
100%. And remember, keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it short and keep it simple, guys.
You know, you don't need Channel 9, you don't need Channel 7 over there helping. Just keep it simple. 2 people out of your business. Create the video.
And use the video to answer those common questions. Know your audience. Know who you're selling to. Know who buys the machines. Answer those 3 to 5 main questions using your video before they have to come and see you.
Gavin the exemplar. Don't forget him, Lyndon.
Don't forget Gavin. Look, guys, it's been great talking to you. Remember, at the moment, we've got the podcast that comes up after this as well, so remember to check that out. Remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, so when you do know when the next episode is going live.
And next week,
2
weeks time, sorry,
yeah,
next show,
I did that last
we
week.
got the boys from Valiant Finance here, so they're going to give you some great little insights into the machinery finance world.
Yeah, great.
Smart guys,
So, guys, remember, we're just here to help you buy better,
sell faster.
and we'll see you next time.
See you, steel pushers.